No. Spoiler, I am not a fan of this video. You'll find out why as you watch these video clips.
So that video has over 1.3 million shares. Before he turned the comments off, it was full of people making fun of Serena Williams' looks. Who's surprised? Calling her manly, comparing her to different animals. I was happy to see there was a good chunk of people getting him together about this being inappropriate. And I saw him in the comments saying like, oh guys, this isn't me making fun of her. I love Serena Williams. And he's changed the caption so people know that he's not making fun of her. But you are a man. And before someone checks me, he identifies as a man. This is where common sense, cultural context, and I don't know, self-awareness has to come in. Some media training has to come in. You're not responsible for the comments people leave. You are responsible for the way you make them feel. You made them comfortable to comment that type of disgusting language because you posted a video making fun of her. You're making fun of her. How else was this supposed to be interpreted? You put on a crazy wig, you put on a crazy outfit with your belly hanging out, and you mocked her. Let's not play semantics. That's what you did. If you saw that the comments were overwhelmingly negative, why did you keep the video up? I know why. Because you are more invested in viral moments than protecting Black women and not creating spaces that tear us down. That is what it is. Let's call it what it is. Serena Williams has been a victim for so long of Black men in particular misgendering her, calling her a man, comparing her to different animals. You really saw all that and decided to just add yourself to the number. And make other people comfortable doing the same. Disgusting. Of course, when you have a crazy viral video, what does that mean? People are going to copy you. Not only are they going to copy you, they're going to try to one-up you by being even more disrespectful. Because creators who are lazy are prone to relying on inflammatory content to get people upset and angry. So now they're trying to one-up what you did. This is somebody wearing a horse mask pretending to be Serena Williams. Some of y'all just aren't going to beat the you don't like Black women allegations. And we see why, because you're always going to choose a viral moment. You're always going to choose making other people laugh at our expense. I already know people are going to get my comments and say it's not that deep. I don't really care if you feel that way, because until you're as decorated as Serena Williams and made fun of the way that she is unprovoked, your opinion doesn't matter.
Serena is basically a man. This is what this comment said. I'm not saying this is not like an attack on this person who said this comment, but in general, Black women in sports, they're always seen as more manly, more aggressive, more this and more that, and I don't know why. Is it because they're too good? Is it because they dominate wherever they play? I don't know, but they always get labeled with this, yeah, they're a man anyway, who cares? It's super dangerous to Black women. Serena and Venus Williams are pure examples of the success of Black women in tennis, which is very, very minute. How many Black women have really succeeded in tennis? Serena, Venus, now there's Corey Golf, Sloane Stephens. There's not many. And to see them succeed on that big level, it's crazy, man. So by people trying to make jokes about Serena's masculinity, which is not true whatsoever, it basically paints a perception that Serena doesn't count in women's tennis and she's basically a man, which is unbelievable. We need to do better to protect Black athletes and Black women in tennis.
Do you think it's ironic that a Black woman is in the conversation as the greatest athlete ever? Do you think that's, what do you think?
I think if I were a man, I would have been in that conversation a long, long time ago. 6, 7 years ago, 8 years ago.
What if you were a white man? What do you think you would have been?
Or any kind of man.
Any man?
Yeah, any man, white, Black, it doesn't matter. If I was a man, then it would have been a different conversation a long time ago.
Yeah, no, it's been really telling to see how you guys are responding to Serena being brought out during the Super Bowl performance. And I really don't like that, because what it's given is y'all are not used to people aligning themselves with Black women, when Drake obviously was harassing her through his music for years, talking about her man, and everything else in between. Y'all were all fine for that. That's the thing. Y'all are so used to people just allowing to do whatever to Black women. In the moment we have an opportunity for her not only to do a do-over, right, and platforming her on a major stage, it's not giving bitter, baby. It's giving you better not ever speak on Serena he said. What's wrong with y'all?
Serena Williams crip walked for the culture, then went home to this guy. First of all, this guy is worth $150 million, if not worth more. Second of all, this guy is the owner of Reddit. Third of all, this guy married his wife. Fourth of all, this guy didn't hide his child from the world. Fifth of all, this man is a supportive husband and supportive father when Drake tried to diss him for being at every last one of Serena Williams' games like Drake wasn't a fan himself. And then y'all act like this the first white guy Serena Williams dated. She dated Drake. Drake is a white man. Y'all got me defending a white man during Black History Month. Do better. Yeah, look at his body. He kind of look like John Wikipedia. But at least he got a natural body. He didn't have to go get his body done. And then he got a body like this with a black wife at home. Drake went and got his body done and don't got no wife. And it's only 3 white men I will defend until I die. That is Sam Hunt, Caleb Plant, and Alexis, aka Serena Williams' husband.
But now that things are moving, you still have my heart. Your boss ain't going.
Quick note, the woman I'm featuring here, I love this. I like it because she is a woman and I don't see this as a masculinizing caricature.
Hello, hi, I'm going to be redrawing Racist Art and I'm looking at the masculinization of black women. When I say masculinization, I mean how black women are often compared to men in art and media, and they're often seen as aggressive, unattractive and overbearing. Which is just like that, I'm an independent black woman and I don't need no man phrase, which is more of a caricature of the way that society sees black women. You can see this with a lot of celebrities like Michelle Obama, Megan Thee Stallion and Serena Williams, who are all rumoured to be trans. Even the language often used to describe black women as strong, sassy and independent. Further than that, black women who are very soft, feminine and girly are often mocked for pretending to be white because there is a lack of association between dark-skinned black women and femininity. Physical characteristics like a wide nose, dark skin or thick kinky hair that shrinks is seen as ugly and masculine because it doesn't fit the Eurocentric beauty standard of what a woman looks like. Honestly, I feel like there is so much more to say, but this is TikTok, so enjoy the drawing and think about it.
Alright, so you saw a couple of clips and they really encompass a couple of different points that I have today. And the first is centered around black women's masculinization. And really, if you think about the history, black people throughout the world, but especially in the United States, have been portrayed as animalistic, not human. And for, black men and black women, there were many stereotypes and images that were portrayed. When it comes to black women, there's this aspect of either we're not human, but if we are human, we're not ladies. We're not feminine. Even Sojourner Truth, which I made a video about maybe 2 years ago, in her speech, Ain't I a Woman?, she addressed this in her experience. And sure, in that original video where this man is making fun of or making light of the Serena Williams dance during the Super Bowl performance under Kendrick, he may have wanted to just make a light joke, but the reason that I did not like it is strictly based on some of the videos that you've seen here, where with black women, our womanhood has been abused and we're pushed to be unwomanly in many ways, and it gets further pushed inside of our own black community, right? Specifically by black men making fun. And it's really not even just making fun of black women, it's the caricatures. Through history, there are stereotypes that really push this idea that black women are not really women or ladylike or feminine, right? And so I posted some images of Michelle Obama in here as an example of how she has been portrayed, and even people would go so far as changing the images of her and saying that her name is Michael instead of Michelle and that she's really a man. And all of these different things have been done to many women, especially when it comes to dark-skinned women. But then you take, on the flip side, you look at the example of how this man, who as he's trying to take up for Serena, he mentions this idea of Drake being a white man. And it's really just based on his skin being light and him being biracial. And through this, we have highlighted a double standard in the Black community. And I'm not necessarily trying to take a stance for Kendrick or Drake and their rap beef, but when it comes to Drake, that man saying that he's white is very interesting because Drake has both a white parent and a Black parent. His father is Black, and he is a mixed race or biracial person. And even though, yes, he was born in Canada, he has been clearly enthralled into the Black American culture for a very long time. And so I made a post on Instagram where I highlighted, after seeing this reel of Drake as a young child, that the outrage is just interesting to me because there have been white women and biracial women that have said some horrendous things about either Black women or Black people in the culture. And someone I brought up was Iggy Azalea, who is Australian, and she was paraded around by T.I., and there were positive things said about her by Kendrick. Meanwhile, she had a rap lyric, and I posted it because I know YouTube may not like me to say it, but that she was a runaway blank, right? And you can see the comment I made from the earlier video clip. There was no outrage that I remember about this, right? She kind of disappeared after becoming a baby mama, but it's this double standard that I do see, and I think we all see it when it comes to a biracial man and understanding their Blackness and then proving their Blackness, whereas biracial women like Lotto or Ice Spice, right? Cardi B, who I don't even think has a Black parent at all, any of these lighter toned women automatically pushed to be Black and not needing to prove their Blackness. So there's a lot of double standards that you see in our community. But coming back to the point about Serena Williams, we've seen her for years be targeted in your mainstream media, and then to see the Black community, because she has a few seconds of a dance that has its own history of her when she was playing tennis, for people to come at her and say that she's only doing this because she's bitter. As a married woman, it was really nice to see that her husband, her white husband, stood by her and was showing that he will still protect her. And I was, of course, happy that Black women, and there were some Black men that made commentary on this, defending Serena and reminding people about the history, about why this was an important time to feature her. And I especially appreciate the Black women that, under the original man's post where he's kind of shown as this caricature of a Black woman via Serena Williams, it seems like he's mocking her. He may have just been having fun with, the dress up like many men do. However, due to the history, I am so happy that Black women came out and made their comments, and that he had to address this issue, because if we want any changes, I do think we have to call these things out, and we have to not support these things, because I have to say Black men have profited for years from mocking those caricatures of Black women, and it does need to stop. And so Black women calling these things out, educating people on why, and then not supporting the behavior, so that people know, including Black men and other Black women, know that this is not okay. I think that works. I think consistent consequences work. So I was happy to see this. And I think we also need to continue to educate our people, including other Black women, on the why behind these things not being okay. It seems all fun and games, but these are images that are now being pushed by Black people, when originally they were pushed by people that wanted to say that Black women were not human or feminine. So I do want to highlight some videos by an artist that goes in to change these older images of Black women to show them as human, to show them in their femininity.
Hello, hi, I'm going to be redrawing racist art, and today I'm looking at the African savage caricature, and this is the stereotype that all Africans are uncivilized savages that don't wear proper clothes. And there are so many racist aspects, I didn't even know where to begin, so I decided to focus on the clothing. Just an image can bring about so many awful stereotypes. Imagery is so powerful that it brings about so many ideas and gut feelings just from the way a person is dressed. My goal was to create a realistic and respectable portrait of an African woman in modern, stylish but traditional African clothing, just to show a bit of versatility. I also use very rich, deep, vibrant colours, and this is my favourite colour palette so far, and I hope you guys like how it turned out. Hello, hi, I'm redrawing racist art, and today I wanted to look at the depiction of black women's hair. This has been a hot topic on TikTok, especially with the video of the black woman saying that black women can't grow natural hair and it looks masculine and unattractive. Texturism, and in the art piece there's a clear duality between the black character's short frizzy hair with ridiculous bows and the long luscious blonde locks. There has been a lot of discussion around this, especially people coming at the woman who made the video, yet when I see videos with natural hair, a lot of the comments say my 4C/4D hair could never. She acknowledged it, but I feel like she's a victim of the culture of texturism. What do you expect when black women's hair is depicted as something bad and ugly, where shops don't produce the products, hairdressers charge more, or don't learn how to do our hair, and if you're in the media you have to have good hair or willing to change your hair, and just black girls growing up hearing that their hair is ugly. With this drawing I wanted to show a beautiful black woman with short natural 4C hair. A small drop in the ocean of work we need to do.
There you have it. That is the end of my commentary. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts about this topic in the comment section below, and I will talk to y'all later.